7 laps to go here at Michigan under our 7th caution of the day. Spin by Kurt Busch coming off of turn 4. He's been on and off of pit road. Carl Edwards is scored the race leader, and here's the move. Carl in the 60.
He's going to take a run. Got a good draft. He gets by both of these guys as Kurt Busch is spinning off the 4 right now, and the yellow comes out, and it showed Carl Edwards in the lead. Now you watch out the car. You see the cover car top finish line. No yellow.
Spin off of 4.
And no just watch to your right. Look for the light, and you'll see yellow right there.
Still outside, clear low.
So Carl was in front.
So it's Carl Edwards, Robbie Gordon, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Again, 9 scoring loops around the track, and NASCAR reverts to the previously passed loop when the caution comes out to score the leaders. Mark Martin in 4th. Casey Mears in 5th to Matt.
And Mike Beam sitting on top of the box watching your driver Mark Martin. He said he was really loose right before the caution. Is this going to help him at all, this caution?
Matt, I don't know. You know, we made that little bit of adjustment there whenever we stopped there, and probably shouldn't have done it, you know, but we just trying some, you know, just set the tires a little bit freer, but was hoping the track would tighten up, you know, because this is Michigan, but I don't know. You know, Mark, he's going to give it all he's got. You know, everybody on his Pennzoil Ford's, you know, done a great job. Like I said, we're just a bunch of truck racers just having fun, man.
And he told Mark, after he said the car was so loose, says, hey, keep your eyes open. You never know what can happen with those 3 cars in front of you, Dave.
With Wes Ward now, crew chief on the 88 of Robbie Gordon. So, you know, Junior hasn't said, I'm going to let my car that I own win or anything, has he?
No, that's not possible. Well, I mean, you know, the Navy Chevrolet's been awesome all day. We got loose there in that middle run and lost some track position. So just took 2 tires, tightened him up a little bit, and hey, we got Robbie Gordon, you know. Remember Watkins Glen last week. So
he's not going to use the grass or the curb, is he?
He said the apron was good down there, so I don't know. But no, we're pretty happy here. We'll just see what happens.
Great, thanks, Wes. Marty?
Dave, what a move by Carl Edwards to get the lead, but you need green flag racing, so did this caution hurt you?
No, this caution helped us. We got this Henkel Ford Fusion out front, and Carl's going to do the rest here in the last 5 laps.
All right, Dale Earnhardt Jr. clicked over to Robbie Gordon's radio and said, Gordon, you do what you need. That 88 car needs to get a win. That's the car owner speaking.
Thanks, guys. 5 laps to go.
Pretty much clean restart. Best restart Mark's had.
I was going to say, I want to see
5 or 6.
See how strong the 6 car is here. This may not have enough time.
Casey Mears right there, right behind Mark.
Mark thinking about trying the inside of Earnhardt.
Casey Mears is going to go up to the top. Might just get this spot because he had the draft with Earnhardt. So he's going to take that spot away from Mark. It's for 4th.
Remember, Robbie Gordon just 2 tires on the most recent pit stop. Here comes Casey. Carl Edwards has just 1 Busch Series start here. Finished 3rd. But in all 4 of his Cup races here, top 10s. Top 5 in the last 3. 7 races here for Carl. He has 7 top 10s.
Taking a look on the outside of Earnhardt. Nope, not enough.
Matt Kenseth inside of Mark Martin.
Meanwhile, Carl Edwards got a fairly comfortable lead. Got about 6 or 7 car lengths on 2nd place Robbie Gordon.
Robbie's car just doesn't look as good when it's not out front.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, the car is pretty strong with that 2-tire change. That was a very good move.
Matt Kenseth inside of Mears and maybe inside of Earnhardt. Dave on Matt Kenseth with 2 to go.
They tightened up that car, and remember, he had no chance of winning before and filled it up with fuel, guys. Caution on the track.
Caution is out. Todd Cleaver has come to rest. That's on the backstretch. And we will go green-white checkers. think he's out of fuel.
Think so?
I wonder. NASCAR wants to find out for themselves, so they've been invited to talk to NASCAR and explain why they're parked back there. NASCAR had asked them to bring that car in, apparently a transmission issue for Todd Cleaver. So driver crew chief spotter for a little meeting after the race with race officials. So they'll try and push that car back to the Busch garage. And Carl Edwards will have to go through it all again. With Robbie Gordon, Earnhardt Jr., Casey Mears, Matt Kenseth, Mark Martin right behind him.
Not sure this probably didn't help Casey more than anybody because it looked like his car was really good on the restarts. So maybe cooling his tires down a little bit.
You kill him there in 3 and 4.
Might be able to help him get a couple more spots.
I just got loose the last lap. He got loose the first lap, and I drove in thinking I could get him, and I got loose the last lap.
That's Robbie. So they continue to circle under caution here at Michigan. Now this is the previous caution.
And you can see Carl's already pretty much out front here.
And you can see the caution light is on right beneath the starter stand. And you see that Carl is in front of the 8 and the 88. And again, NASCAR reverts to the previous scoring loop when the caution comes out because we don't race back to the yellow anymore. And that's when Carl Edwards got the lead, made that nice move, got around those guys, and Marty's got to go green, white, checkers.
Yeah, exactly what he didn't want to see when the caution came out. He went, oh, on the radio. That's not what they wanted to see. Clearly, they had a good lead on their way to a win. He didn't ask his spotter, you know, watch these guys on the outside of me on this restart. That's what he's concerned about, the restart. He thinks he can pull away from Robbie Gordon, but he'd like to get a little gap on him here in the first few laps. Dale Earnhardt Jr. said his car just will not turn at all. He'd love to get around the car that he owns, Dave, but he just can't get the grip to do it.
In between those two cars, Marty, is Robbie Gordon. Restarts are not his best thing, so Carl should be able to pull away at the start. As for the 8 behind him, Robbie said, tell Junior he can have one shot at me going into 1. If I hold him off there, then let me finish second, or something to that effect. Again, watch Robbie on the restart, though. He hasn't been good on them all day, and Robbie has something to say to the crew afterwards about the car regarding that, either gear, motor, or something with this 88 car.
Robbie finished 12th in 2004 in the Busch Series here. That's his only Busch Series race at Michigan. If the race reaches its scheduled conclusion under the caution flag, NASCAR will make one attempt to get a green-white checkered finish, so the fans get a green flag finish. If the caution comes out during that time, the race is over, and NASCAR will use the computer scoring around the track and video to place the cars in their proper position. What's going to happen, WD?
Well, like Carl says, he's got to get a good restart. That's going to be the key for him winning this race. And, you know, for Robbie to try to have a shot at it, he's got to have a great restart. So I'm not sure Robbie's got enough to get it done. I mean, you know, if there's an opening, he will fill it. Like I said, I think 42, based on the last restart, I saw him pass a lot of cars, so he may be able to get up in the top 3.
This track has a reputation for great finishes, doesn't it?
No, it does. It's why the race car drivers love racing on this place. It's a favorite among many of them.
Pace car to pit road. One chance for a green-white checkered finish. 2 laps to go when they get the green. Carl Edwards leads. Robbie Gordon second. Earnhardt, Mears, Kenseth, and Martin.
Tell you what, Robbie Gordon got a pretty good restart right there. Everybody else is doing a little bit of that mirror driving we talked about earlier, but Robbie got a good restart. He's right on the back. He's going to take a look, and Earnhardt's going to be up on the high side. Carl Edwards has got his mirrors full. He's a little bit loose off of 2. He's sideways.
Carl Edwards is around.
And he got turned. Oh.
Caution flag is out. The race is over.
Get fired up, get around here.
We'll have to wait and get the official scoring. We'll wait on word from NASCAR. Earnhardt in the 8. Robbie Gordon in the 88. Let's go back and take a look.
Okay, you see these guys are racing hard. Carl Edwards gets a little bit loose right there. These guys are still hard on the gas. He gets tagged a little bit by the 8 car, and then it turned right across from right across Robbie's nose.
Another look.
And I mean, you know, you're in a situation here, you're racing, it's the end of the race. You know, probably if that would have been lap 20, there would have been a lot different outcome. But, you know, Junior saw him get a little bit loose and he started turning, and you got to go. I mean, this is for the win.
And Robbie had said that Carl got loose on the previous restart as well. On board with Earnhardt.
Be an interesting shot. There you go. He's got a really good run right here. Now watch Carl's car get loose. Right there, he gets loose. Junior's got a good run, and you know, he gets in the back of the bumper and turns him. I mean, there's no two ways about it, but a lot of things happened at once there.
NASCAR is going to hold cars 8 and 88. They're going to look at the finish, or where the race finished. Again, one attempt at green-white checkers. If the caution comes out, and here comes Carl Edwards back out on the track.
Carl runs into the 8 car.
And he waved to him. See you tomorrow, I think he said. I'm going home. Marty?
Getting some information now about this contact between Carl Edwards and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Carl came on the radio, said obviously the 8 hit me. He was requesting NASCAR black flag Dale Earnhardt Jr. That is the debate down in the Dale Earnhardt Jr. pit. They got word Carl had made that request, and now they're debating as to whether or not that should be the call. Carl obviously very upset when he came to pit road, parked right in front of the 8 pit, then went back out on the track and obviously made contact with the 8 car himself. So that's the debate going on down here on pit road amongst the 8 and 60 teams.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you can put yourself in each one of these guys' position. I mean, Carl Edwards was in the lead and felt like he got turned, he got taken out. So you got an angry race car driver that's going to go out and try to settle the score right now with Junior.
This is on board with Earnhardt. NASCAR has requested the 8, the 88, and the 60 all meet for a conference after the race in the NASCAR hauler. There's Carl. I'm okay, he says.
You know.
Victory lane.
Car 8 to victory lane. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is the race winner.
It's the winner. Nice job, BJ. Stand forward.
Yeah, and Bristol's next week. This is Michigan.
Well, and Carl's had a few run-ins.
And he hasn't. And the thing is, it hasn't been Carl's fault. I mean, Pocono was not his fault. And this deal here, I mean, he's sitting there racing for the win. The car gets a little bit loose, and he gets turned. So, I mean, rightfully, he should be